On today's video, I'm going to show you how to safely remove your press-on nails. So these nails have already started to lift a little bit, but if your nails aren't lifting, it's going to be the same process. So, two things that you're going to need. You're going to need a cuticle pen with oil, and you're also going to need a regular jar of oil. Even if you don't have both, one or the other will suffice. So we're going to use the oil to help lift the glue that is on the press-on nails and on your natural nail. So what you're going to want to do is take your cuticle pen and make sure it has oil on it and just slide it slightly under the nail. You don't want to push it too hard because you don't want to tear the nail off of your natural nail. You just want to make sure you're pushing the oil underneath where it's already beginning to lift. So now that we've gotten a little bit of leverage in there, we're going to go back and we're going to add a lot of oil in between those nails. So we're going to let that sit for a minute just so that the oil can work its way through and start to break down the bonds of the glue. Once we have that done, we'll go back and repeat the process again. So now you can see how that oil has started to lift the bonds of the glue, but there's still some pieces that are stuck, and instead of me ripping the nail off and tearing my nail plate, I'm just going to add a little bit more oil to the area until it comes off smoothly. This is why I suggest using a cuticle pen, because you can get down into smaller areas to make sure you're getting that glue off properly without tearing the nail bed. You can also use an oil dropper or something that disperses oil in heavier amounts, but make sure you have something that is a little bit thinner that you can fit in between the cracks. So here's a tip on how to save your press-on nails once you reuse them, because you can use them again. You're going to want to take a paper towel and clean as much of the oil off as you can, and then you're just going to come in and spray them down with alcohol to remove the excess oil off of them. And then after that, you're going to buff the nail glue that is remaining on the nail off and wipe it down again with alcohol. And then you can store them, or you can place them back on your nails to wear again. So now that I've properly cleaned them, if I wanted to, I would just add glue and place it back onto the nail and then re-wear them if I wanted to. Now I'm going to show you what to do if you have a nail that's kind of tough and hard to get off. The first thing you're going to want to do is to place a little bit of oil around the edges. Slightly slide your nail just a little bit around the edges of it so that the oil can slide through. And then we're going to add more oil into it and let that sit. So now I'm going to let that sit on that nail And while I'm doing that, I'm going to place oil onto the rest of my fingers because my oil is a nutrient oil. It is a treatment oil that helps your nails grow longer and stronger. Remember, if you would like to purchase this oil, I'll leave a link down below. It's also in the bio. You can shop on my website at www.touchedbydiversity.com. So that now has started to lift some, but not all the way. So I'm going to add more oil to it and let that sit for a little bit. And then I'm going to add a generous amount of oil to that. So now that I've let that sit, I'm just going to come around the sides with my Cuticle Oil Pen, making sure that I am not ripping anything, but just gently rubbing the oil around the edges to help the bonds of the glue lift. And now it is finally broken the bonds of the glue and it is ready to come off. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others. See you next time.